The living room smelled faintly of lemon polish and old memories. Family photos lined the walls, birthdays, graduations, holidays, moments frozen in time, smiling and perfect. But beneath those smiles lived years of quiet imbalance that no one ever talked about out loud. For most of her life, Ethan Miller had known one truth. His younger brother, Lucas, was the favorite. It wasn't something their mother, Margaret, ever admitted. She didn't need to. It showed in 100 small ways. Lucas's mistakes, excused his dreams, encouraged his needs, always coming first. Ethan learned early to be the easy one, the responsible one, the child who didn't ask for much because asking rarely changed anything. Ethan was now 32, married, successful in his own way. From the outside, his life looked stable. Inside, there was still a quiet ache he'd never fully named. The reason he was back home that Sunday afternoon was simple. His mother had called and asked, her voice softer than usual, if both sons could come over. "Just dinner," she said. "I want us together." Lucas arrived late, as always, full of energy and stories. Margot lit up when she saw him, rushing to hug him tightly. Ethan watched from the doorway, a familiar feeling settling in his chest. He told himself it didn't matter anymore. He was too old to care. Dinner passed with polite conversation. Margaret asked Lucas about his new job, laughed at his jokes, praised his ambitions. She asked Ethan about work, too, but the questions felt routine, like boxers being checked. Then, halfway through dessert, something unexpected happened. Margaret put down her fork. Her hands trembled slightly. "I need to say something," she said. The room went quiet. Both sons looked at her, surprised by the seriousness in her tone. Margaret took a deep breath, her eyes filling with tears she didn't immediately wipe away. "I've been a mother for over 3 decades, she began, "and I've told myself for years that I did my best, that I was fair, that I loved you both the same." Ethan felt his shoulders stiffened. Lucas frowned, confused. "But the truth," she continued, her voice cracking, "is that I wasn't fair, not even close." Silence pressed in around them. Margaret turned toward Ethan, really looked at him. Not the capable oldest son, not the one who always handled things, but the child he once was. "Ethan," she said softly, "I favored your brother. I leaned on you and excused him. I expected you to understand, to be strong, to never need as much. And in doing that, I hurt you." Ethan's throat tightened. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. "I see it now," Margaret went on, tears spilling freely. "I see how often I dismissed your feelings, how I praised Lucas while assuming you didn't need encouragement. I told myself I was helping you grow, but really, I was avoiding my own mistakes." Lucas shifted uncomfortably. "Mom, I didn't know," he said quietly. "That's part of my regret," she replied. "I didn't just fail Ethan. I failed you too. I taught you to expect more and him to accept less." Ethan felt something break open inside him. Years of swallowed resentment, of telling himself it wasn't a big deal, rose to the surface. His eyes burned. "I didn't want to compete with my own brother," he finally said, voice shaking. "I just wanted to feel seen." Margaret reached for his hand, gripping it tightly. "I am so sorry," she whispered. "I can't undo the past, but I need you to know. I see you now, and I regret every moment you felt second." Tears streamed down Ethan's face before he could stop them. He hadn't cried like this since he was a kid. The room blurred as years of quiet pain finally had a place to land. Lucas stood up and walked around the table. He knelt beside Ethan. "I'm sorry too," he said. "I never meant to take more than my share. I was blind to it." Ethan looked at his brother, really looked at him, and for the first time, he didn't feel like the shadow. He saw a man shaped by the same mother, in different ways. Both carry an unseen weight. "It's not your fault," Ethan said, "but hearing this, it matters." Margaret sobbed openly now, pulling both sons into an embrace. "I love you both," she said, not differently, not anymore. That night didn't erase the past. It didn't magically heal every wound. But something shifted. Truth had been spoken. Regret had been owned. And in that honesty, space opened for something new. In the weeks that followed, Margaret made changes not grand gestudes, but real ones. She listened more. She checked in with Ethan without assumptions. She treated her sons as equals, not roles she'd assigned long ago. And Ethan, for the first time, he let himself believe that reconciliation didn't mean forgetting it. Meant being seen, finally, as he always deserved. Sometimes, an apology comes late, but when it comes from truth, it can still change everything.